Coach Ryan Patrick at Peak Fitness and Sports Training, and today I want to talk a little bit about posture and alignment and how that can affect your movement overall. Now, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say posture is everything, because some people have poor posture and move really well, and posture is really not indicative of any type of pain. Sometimes we make that causal association, and it's a little bit of a stretch. But poor posture or poor alignment can dictate how well you move through certain joints and ultimately what compensatory strategies you might adopt to achieve range of motion when you're doing specific exercises. So let me give you a very quick example you guys can do at home. We hear constantly that people need to stretch their hamstrings or they feel tight. And a lot of times we believe that it comes from being out of position. A lack of organization at the core ultimately is going to lock the hips up. So while it looks like they are tight and need to stretch the hamstrings, what we actually find is that they need more stiffness in other areas rather than less in the hamstrings. So go through this example real quick with me. You've heard me talk multiple times about how people are extended. Okay, the lower rib cage will lift up, the hips are going to tilt anteriorly, and that's going to completely change the relationship of all these core muscles around the middle. So I'm going to show you real quick. If you lay down, and we go through a lot of extension, so I'm really purposely trying to lift that rib cage and arch the back, okay? And this is a little bit of an exaggeration just for effect. If we ask people to stretch their leg, that's about where they get tight, okay? That's all the range of motion I've got. I'm actually getting a cramp in my leg. Because my hips are tilted, I'm going to have the perception that I don't have great hamstring flexibility. If I get my abs back, so I pull that rib cage down, I tuck the hips a little bit, my low back is not totally flat, but almost flat to the ground, and I go through the same motion, I can instantly get a lot more range of motion. If I tilt the hips, you can see that leg follows, and I'm really trying to pull it up, but it's much easier when I'm in good position. So a lot of times, we'll take the shortcut and say, oh, the hamstrings are tight, or a certain muscle is weak, when really alignment might be a bigger issue. So try that example at home, see if it works for you, and just be cautious and judicious about what you're stretching. Seek a professional who can help you identify what's truly tight and what is just a result of you being out of alignment. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm Ryan Patrick, and we're at Peak Fitness and Sports Training.